First of all, let me welcome all participants to this particular symposium, which is called the Frontiers of Science Symposium. Today, we are going to have talks on the Human Cell Atlas, which is an international consortium of which Aviv Regev, formerly from the Broad Institute, now from Genentech, is the chief architect. Her counterpart in the UK, Sarah, was also supposed to join, but she's traveling and therefore she's unable to join us today. But we will, at some point of time, have a lecture by Sarah as well. So let me, for those of you who do not know very much about the Indian Academy of Sciences, because this is an open symposium and there are other people who have joined. Let me briefly explain about the Indian Academy of Sciences. The Indian Academy of Sciences was set up in 1934 by the Nobel laureate physicist Sir C.V. Raman. The Academy has since then grown, and we currently have about 1,100 fellows of the Academy. And we also have young scientists who are elected every year, a few of them, about 25 to 30 of them, who are elected every year as young associates. The Indian Academy of Sciences, of course, upholds scientific values and spirit and promotes the progress of science in India, provides a platform for collaboration with scientists from outside of India as well. And therefore, what we stand for is essentially science in India and scientists in India. The Indian Academy of Sciences has some major programs. One of the major programs is publishing a number of journals, and we publish 11 journals and 2 online journals. Those are not journals really; those are journals plus communication among the scientists. It provides a platform. So those are online discussion fora among scientists. And these span all domains of science, starting from mathematics, physics, chemistry, engineering, biology, etc. So we publish a large number of journals, and our journals are very well respected, not only in India, but throughout the world. That's one major activity of the Academy. The second major activity is the promotion of science, and we promote science in many ways. One of the ways that we promote science is by providing summer fellowships, and we do this on behalf of the 3 science academies of India. So we are sort of the major force behind promoting the science summer fellowship program, where a large number of students from high school and colleges are brought into the labs of national institutes and universities under the mentorship of a scientist, usually a fellow of the Academy, and they spend the summer in the labs doing a specific project, and that's how they get initiated into the method of science. So that's another program that we have, which is very popular. Every year we give out about 2,000 summer fellowships. This year has been a major challenge for us because of restrictions on travel and restrictions on assemblies of people. So this year, about 250 of our fellows who were elected, we selected about 1,700 summer fellows. Of them, 250 are actually working in areas of computational biology, computer science, mathematics, statistics. They can work from home, and their supervisors can actually provide them mentorship from home. So that's going on. But the rest of it, the experimental kind of some projects are all languishing this year. We hope that next year it will improve, next summer it will improve. This is one. The other is that we promote a large number of workshops and discussion sessions among scientists in India. We have several professorships, Raman Professorship, several professorships. Raman Professorship is one. This year, we were supposed to have Professor Harold Varmus, who had kindly agreed to be the Raman Professor this year. He was already supposed to have, we were supposed to have finalized his visit. He was supposed to come in September and spend 6 to 8 weeks in India, touring different places, giving lectures, interacting with scientists and students. Unfortunately, we don't know when that's going to happen. Similarly, Kathy Martin was another from UK who was supposed to visit us. She's a plant scientist of renown, and that has also been postponed. So anyway, we have these Raman professors, different kinds of distinguished professorships in the academy, and we get visitors of international renown who come and interact and visit us and give lectures. So that's another program that we have. We also uphold scientific values. So we have a panel on ethics and scientific values, and that's a very active panel. And similarly, another very active panel is the Women in Science panel that we have. So we do wish the women or women scientists come up to in such places where there would be no gender differences in science and they would all be treated as equal. So the Women in Science panel also works towards gaining that equality or bridging the gender difference that there is even in science. There is in society, but even in science there are gender differences, and the Women in Science panel, along with the Fellowship of the Academy, do try to bridge that gap, and they are very active. So we have these kinds of things that we engage in, and we are very proud of the Indian Academy of Sciences because of the kinds of things that we do, which is so the three academies do different kinds of things, but this is what our academy does. And I have been, my predecessors have been very stellar people. MGK Menon, Satish Dhawan, CNR Rao, Obaid Siddiqui, very, very famous names in the annals of science. So they have been, the academy has been in good hands, has been, led very well from the beginning after it was initiated by Sir C.V. Raman. It was, the leadership has been just absolutely stunning, and that's the reason we are where we are, and we are able to undertake these activities. The Indian Academy of Sciences is funded by the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India. It is an autonomous institution, but we solely depend or primarily depend on funds from the Government of India and through the Department of Science and Technology, which is an arm of the Ministry of Science and Technology in India. So this is about the Indian Academy of Sciences. This year or last year, I initiated a specific program called Frontiers of Science program, and we have had lectures. It was initiated by Dr. Eric Green, who is the director of the National Human Genome Research Institute. And then we've had several other lectures by Krishna. The most recent was by the mathematician Krishna Atreya. And we've also had another very famous scientist by name Andy Peterson, who was in Genentech. So we've had some very good lectures in the Frontiers of Science, but these were standalone lectures. They were delivered in different places in India. And this is the first time that we are having a symposium, a one-day symposium on a specific theme, which is the Human Cell Atlas. The Human Cell Atlas consortium, it's an international consortium. Several of us are engaged in this consortium. I'm not going to tell you the details of this of the Human Cell Atlas project because Aviv is going to narrate that to us. But we have a white paper that was prepared about a year ago and published in eLife. And I had given the link. Some of you may have given the link on the announcement and the poster. Some of you may already have seen it. Like I said, that Aviv is one of the major architects of the Human Cell Atlas. And let me tell you a few things about Aviv before she starts her talk. So Aviv Rajeev was up until recently a professor at the Broad Institute in Boston. In Cambridge, and she was also concurrently the professor at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology and Harvard University. She describes herself as a computational biologist, but those of us who know her know that she's much more than that. She is able to seamlessly work in the wet lab and also generate data and analyze data. So she's a comprehensive person, not just a biologist, but comprehensive person with mathematics and all of that that's required, mathematics, computation, computer science, and all of that. As a matter of fact, as we undertake this single cell projects, she has actually spearheaded the development of some of the technologies that are so critical and so crucial to undertaking the single cell transcriptomics and other kinds of single-cell assays that are so critical. She will tell us why these are critical. I'm not going to get into the detail. Aviv trained at Tel Aviv University. She did her master's and PhD from Tel Aviv University and moved on, came over to the United States with a fellowship, and she has subsequently been a stellar scientist, and all of us look up to her in the area. Those of us who work in the area of genomics look up to her for new methods and new directions. Aviv has gotten the NIH Director's Award. She was Howard Hughes Medical Institute senior investigator. She had won the Sloan Award. She's a member of the U.S. National Academy of Sciences. This year, she got a major prize. I think it's called the Lucia Award from the foundation of the U.S. National Institutes of Health. So she's very accomplished. She's a fantastic speaker. She can explain very difficult things very easily and well. And it's been my pleasure to know her, and it's been my pleasure to be associated with the Human Cell Atlas. In the afternoon, there are two other people with whom I very, very closely interact, Musa Malanga and Alex Shalek. The three of us actually spearheaded the formation of an equity working group. And one of the things that we believe is that for the Human Cell Atlas to spread throughout the world, we need people to understand the Human Cell Atlas, what it is about, and we need to empower them with education and access to technologies. So this is what we mean by promoting equity. And in the afternoon, we will not talk about equity today, but this is not even a formal program of the equity working group. But of course, it's been the philosophy, the push has been from the equity working group. And this is what we believe. We have been going to different parts of the world. Now it's much easier through the web, but we don't get to see each other's or shake hands and stuff like that, which is very, very interesting and very important to be able to interact with scientists, to be able to interact with people on the sidelines of a conference, that we are not able to do that at all, in this sort of the new normal. But anyways, there is an equity working group. There are multiple working groups, and Aviv and Sarah, Sarah Teichmann from the Wellcome Sanger Institute. Sarah and Aviv are the two pillars of the Human Cell Atlas project. And like I said, that we look up to them, not just for understanding the Human Cell Atlas, but also for obtaining directions on technologies, on methods, and so on and so forth. So let me conclude by saying that I'm very grateful to the Academy for providing this particular forum. I'm very grateful to the Executive Secretary, who unfortunately is, has been infected with the coronavirus day before yesterday, and therefore is unable to join us. But he's well, and no major problems, no major adverse clinical outcomes of that. So, Mr. Mahesh Chandra, I wish to express my gratitude to him, and I'm supported very strongly by two secretaries, Professor Rene Borges and Professor Umesh Wagmare. I'm pretty sure that they are listening to this particular symposium. And we have, a structure, vice presidents, members of the council, etc. They're very supportive of these kinds of endeavors or these kinds of initiatives that I take. So thank you very much, and I thank all of the participants for joining this symposium today. There will be Aviv's talk will be followed by Dr. Renu Swarup's brief presentation on what biotechnological advances are being made or supported by the Department of Biotechnology. And in the afternoon, we will again have two technical talks, one by Musa Malanga and Alex Shalek. Thank you very much.